We would like to thank Podcorn for sponsoring this episode of TechTime Radio. Explore sponsorship opportunities and start monetizing your podcast by signing up at podcorn.com/podcasters. Let me tell you about Podcorn. Podcorn is an absolute must for any podcaster starting out. Now, when we started out TechTime Radio, we started out in a back office with a couple of mics. We expanded to a studio, and then now, as you can see, we're on the radio and have distribution into other markets. Having the ability to have Podcorn at the start of our podcast would have been a dream come true. Guess what? With Podcorn, you now have the amazing opportunity for podcasts to receive sponsorship, such as host reads, interview segments, and topical discussions. With Podcorn, there's no middleman. Podcasters of all sizes can browse and choose opportunities right on their platform, set their own rates, and collaborate with brands directly without exclusivities. You never give up the rights of your podcast in Podcorn, and they're here to support you everywhere possible. Visit podcorn.com. Again, that's podcorn.com. Podcorn is a true success for those starting their podcast dreams.
Broadcasting across the nation, from the East Coast to the West, keeping you up to date on technology while enjoying a little whiskey on the side, with leading-edge topics, along with special guests, to navigate technology in a segmented, stylized radio program. The information that will make you go, Pull up a seat, raise a glass with our hosts as we spend the next hour talking about technology for the common person. Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.
Well, welcome to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm, the show that makes you go, Technology news of the week, the show for the everyday person talking about technology, broadcasting across the nation with insightful segments on subjects weeks ahead of the mainstream media. We welcome our radio audience of 35 million listeners to an hour of insightful technology with a little whiskey on the side. I'm Nathan Mumm. Welcome to our show today. We live stream during our show on 5 of the most popular platforms, including YouTube, Twitch.tv, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We encourage you to watch us live or visit us at techtimeradio.com.
Well, I would encourage us to.
You can also tweet us during the show at hashtag TechTimeRadio, and we'll do our best to respond to the tweets. You can also check out our new TikTok channel by looking for TechTime Radio on the TikTok app. Get the intern shorts or full video recaps of the show at techtimeradio.com. We got our interns working overtime now, and they're doing a bunch of short videos for us, so you absolutely want to grab those and take a look at those on... We got them on Reels, we got them on TikTok, we got them on YouTube Shorts, so all of them are available there. I'm your host, a technologist with 30 years of technology expertise, working for a few Fortune 500 companies across the country. I now spend my time consulting with the C-level executives regarding technology solutions for their companies. My co-host, Mike Roday, is an award-winning author, originally from Arizona. Mike is a human behavior expert living in the Seattle area with a master's degree in forensic psychology. Mike helps me keep from geeking out while providing an insight into human behavior and how it interacts with technology. We're two friends from different backgrounds, but bring the best technology show possible every week for our family, friends, and fans to enjoy. All right, well, welcome back, Mr. I Was Gone Last Week.
Yes.
I
was gone last week.
How was your training seminar?
I went to a conference in Wenatchee.
Okay, how'd that go?
The weather was nice.
Okay, that was nice. So was that the best part about the conference?
The food was good.
And the food was good. How about the speakers?
The food was good.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's now get ready to start today's show.
Now on today's show.
All right. Today on the show, Apple has OS delays. NASA is sending more helicopters to Mars. And what happens when you have a global chip shortage? TechTime Radio answers these questions and more. Then we have our back-to-school technology review part 2. We have Marc Gregoire back in the studios for his Mumbles. And we have a guest, Alessandra Esposito. Is that right?
Oh, my gosh.
That was the worst butcher I've heard.
At first I was insulted, and then I realized...
It's Nathan.
It's Nathan.
Oh, okay, so how do you pronounce your name?
Alessandra Esposito.
Esposito.
It's Italian.
It's Italian. It's Italian. I like Italian. Like
Well,
Italian pizza,
yeah,
Italian.
good for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. She's going to be on the show. We're going to be talking about items in our back to school special. So me and her are going to go back and forth. And then, of course, we have our standard features. We got our technology fail of the week, or we're now calling it our TFW. We have This Week in Technology, Mike's mesmerizing moment, and of course, our pick of the day whiskey tasting. We might even have a nugget of the week if we don't run out of time. So sit back, raise a glass, and welcome to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. Now it's time to start our show.
Like there's a dip surplus. If there's a chip shortage, there's a dip surplus.
Chips are, we're talking microprocessor chips.
Mike, you're so funny.
I know, I try.
Okay, all right. And then we have Mark back. He's going to talk about his whiskey / I don't know, I think this is moonshine.
He brought us moonshine.
Yeah, this is unique. What was it? Is this really
It's
classified
corn
as whiskey?
squeezins.
There's a debate on that, but it's considered a white whiskey nowadays.
Okay. Well,
Or
whiskey.
moonshine also fits.
All right, so we're going to be talking about that.
And that's exciting because it's the first time in Tech Time history that
But-
the whiskey segment will be correct 2 weeks in a row.
Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, that's because it's not Nathan talking
All right,
about
there
it.
we go. Then, of course, we're going to start our show today with the technology fail of the week, brought to you by Elderberry Boost. Get your Elderberry Boost today at elderberry-boost.com. Mike and Odie, Mark and Alessandra, here is our TFW, our technology fail of the week. Let's see if you go WTF to our TFW. This fail comes to us from the king of burgers, Burger King. Burger King this morning, just sent out a blank email to everyone. Burger King is a fast food chain based in the United States. And like many restaurants, it has a rewards program or an ordering program online. However, even if you've never given Burger King your email address, you may have received a message, and I did. I have not. You have not?
No, I looked.
Okay, so reports of random emails from Burger King flooded social media last night and this morning, as multiple staff here at Tech Time Radio received the message as well. The email is a receipt of an order that essentially has nothing on it. The order number is blank, and there's no information about the pickup location that your order was
That's
done.
unfortunate.
It was. But it did say, thanks for ordering from Burger King. Your order would be ready to pick up at a local Burger King near you, blank. So they didn't put the location that was it. It's
I wonder
just
if a lot
near
of
you.
people just went over to Burger King and where it just showed up.
There's one in town. I was just thinking about going in there and
Like,
saying, hey, I got my order.
What's up?
Here's my order with it. Well, what's really interesting is this situation is strange because the emails that were sent out to many people that have never signed up for any Burger King promotion at all.
Like you?
Like myself and like many others. Normally, a company can purchase collection of addresses for marketing purposes, but they're not allowed to send out global marketing emails. Now, this is not the first time Burger King or the restaurant brand, which is owned by Tim Hortons, Popeyes, and Firehouse Subs,
Owns them?
Yes, which owns them. So Tim Hortons manages all of these. Burger King, Popeyes, and Firehouse Subs. Essentially, recently, they've had other complaints, and essentially, Tim Horton is currently attempting to settle their class action lawsuits by offering their affected customers a free hot beverage or baked good instead of financial payout.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Let's smooth that over.
So this is the fail of the week. All right, Odie.
with a pastry.
If you got an email from Burger King, what would you do with it? And it told you to come up, pick up your order.
I wouldn't go unless I wouldn't go. What would I do with that?
Would you do?
I've worked in fast food before. You can't really fake with them. They'll know.
So they'll know. So if you went up there and you said, "Hey, here's my order. I had a Burger King Classic
Yeah,
or
they'll
whatever."
know.
They have.
I want to know if there's anybody that just goes over and they're like, I'm entitled.
Are you entitled?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you have all these.
Yeah, the people
won't-
just
never
showing
mind, I
up.
won't
Hey,
say
I got this thing and I want it now.
I want it now.
I want it my way.
That is.
I would think it was spam for me because I've been boycotting them since 1983.
Oh, you don't like Burger King?
No, he likes spam. Didn't you hear him?
No, so you don't like Burger King?
It's not that I don't like them. I'm boycotting them.
Why are you boycotting them?
Oh, that may be an off-the-air thing.
Okay,
It had to do with the person that they chose to do a commercial for them back then that I was not a supporter of.
Okay, all right. Well,
How long has this
Ronald
boycott been
McDonald?
going on?
1983.
Wow.
Yes.
You know they tried to
I'm a
hire
stubborn.
Ronald McDonald, right?
Yeah, so Mark, let me just tell you, Mark, when he's passionate about something, man, he's never going to have another
No.
flame-boiled burger ever in his life.
That's
I commend
horrible.
That's impressive.
All right, well, that was our technology fail of the week. There you go. And thank goodness that came in because we were struggling last night with fail stuff.
I don't know what. Yeah,
And then
it was a slow week for technology.
It was. There wasn't a lot of stuff. And then this morning, I would get up and there's a gazillion and a half items. Well, there you go. That was brought to
at
us
least
by
nobody lost a finger.
Elderberry Boost. That's right, like our chest thing last week. All right. So did you go WTF to our TWF? We'll find out in the comments. Just send us comments on either our streams, and we'll respond to those. Now, Mike, as always, we have our whiskey tasting during the commercials. We're going to see if our selected pick of the day gets 0, 1, or 2 thumbs up at the end of the show. You're going to want to make sure you listen all the way through to pick up a few interesting facts on Marc's Mumbles that will make you go, with the whiskey facts of the week. Now it's time for us to start the latest headlines in the world of technology.
What's happening in the world of technology? This is our top stories in the first 5 minutes.
All right, I got story number 1. Apple is having an OS delay.
Oh, no.
Bloomberg reported that the iPod OS 16 will be delayed about a month as Apple works on its multitasking features. The report says that this would be put into the release in October alongside of their Mac OS Ventura, which is also a major upgrade for their PCs themselves. Even before the additional delay, though, Apple software releases have been slightly behind schedule this year, with the public beta phases of the updates starting later than usual. But the company has dealt with these kind of hiccups before. Apple faced significant challenges with the iOS 13 in 2019, which affected the debut of the iPhone 11. You remember there was a big delay there.
I don't do iPhone, so no,
So
I
you
don't.
didn't know
I
that?
don't
Okay.
that. I heard though that Apple uses Microsoft in their internal stuff.
In their internal stuff?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but they use Windows instead of Apple.
So, do you know what? It's really interesting. You know that Microsoft actually, a long time ago, back in the 80s, actually helped finance Apple during a whole deal when they actually had a deal. Yeah, we were going to talk about that. Maybe not this week, but next week. But next week. Yep. All right. Story number 2. Mike, you're up.
Yeah, hey. Did you know that a helicopter accompanied the Perseverance rover to Mars?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's called Ingenuity.
Okay.
It hung out on the underside of the rover and was meant to only be a technological demonstration soon after the landing. However, the flights were so successful, despite the difficulties with flying in the wispy atmosphere of Mars, that the small Mars copter has completed 29 flights, serving as an aerial scout for the rover. In fact, the flights have been so successful that NASA has decided to send 2 more copters to Mars to serve as backup sample retrievers in case the current system doesn't work the way they want it to. The new copters will be similar to the drone-styled Ingenuity, but will have wheels on its landers and a small robotic arm that is capable of picking up soil and rock samples that are placed into tubes that are about the size of a cigar. If needed, the units will fly to the rover, pick up the sample, and return it to the lander, and load it onto a return rocket, which is supposed to bring the Mars samples back to Earth, which is scheduled to happen sometime in 2033.
Wow. All right.
Currently, Perseverance itself is responsible for bringing the samples back to the lander, but with the helicopters being sent up as a backup measure. But who knows what will happen if NASA continues to be pleased with the copter's performance on Mars.
So it got helicopters on Mars, and it went really well then.
They're like little drones, yeah.
Okay. And so now we're going to have a bunch of them going back and forth because we are in love with Mars. Forget the moon. Forget anything else. We all want to live on Mars, right?
Yeah.
And I don't understand why it is.
Well, who wouldn't want to live on another planet besides Earth?
Okay. Well, why wouldn't you make the moon sustainable then?
The moon has absolutely no atmosphere.
With the sky's aesthetic.
Would it?
It would, yeah.
Oh, you could
imagine if you're like looking at the moon and you just see a bunch of weird dots on it, and they're like gross, and then they start murking up the atmosphere. Like, I don't know, man.
I just don't understand why.
There's already weird dots on the moon.
They're pretty weird dots now.
All right. Well.
In Latin they're oceans and seas. Those dark spots.
Those are.
Yes.
You know what? For $19.99, you can go online and you can buy a little piece of the moon.
Yeah, I can also become a Scottish lord for $50.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, story number 3. We have 10,000 cars cut from North American production this week due to chip shortage. The global semiconductor shortage is causing more than 100,000 vehicles to be dropped from North American production schedules this week. It means that North America has surpassed Europe as the hardest region hit by the automotive chip shortage. Industry experts expect more than 3.8 million vehicles to be cut by the end of the year. In addition to entire vehicles, the automakers have made reductions in some of the features because of the chips themselves. Back in November, General Motors was forced to exclude heated seats and heated steering wheels in a number of its vehicles due to the chip shortage.
Dang it.
Wow.
So essentially now you can't have all these luxury items that are supposed to be a part of your car because we're out of chip shortages.
Yeah, and then you get a subscription service for these other car companies
Ridiculous.
Those are the
to get your heated seats
to get
on.
your heated seats. That's
Yeah,
only
who was that? Who was that?
Was that with Volvo or it was some
Volvo?
Yeah, it was some expensive car dealership that I would never visit. All right, story number 4 though. We are saving the world because President Biden has just signed the CHIPS Act to boost semiconductor productions.
The CHIPS Act, huh?
So it just happened this morning.
It
So
should be called the Fritos Act or something.
the Fritos, all right.
My
Following
God.
successful votes in the Senate and the House of Representatives, this by far is just amazing. Essentially, you could get the House of Representatives, Congress, everybody to actually agree. So here's what we got. The $280 billion measure will provide significant financial assistance to American semiconductor firms. It's going to set aside $52 billion in tax credits and funding for U.S. chip makers to expand domestic production. In a rare episode of bipartisan unity, the Senate voted 64-33 in favor of the bill, and it was later passed by the House at 243 to 187 votes.
Yeah, they can get pretty agreeable when it comes to a lot of money.
Yeah, there you go. American invented the semiconductor, but over the years have moved manufacturing of the semiconductors overseas. The CHIPS and Science Act is unlike to affect domestic production immediately, as it takes many years to build this up. When Intel recently broke ground on their 2 new $20 billion facilities in Arizona, the company said it would take about 3 years before the construction of these plants were done, before they even begin producing semiconductor chips.
Yeah.
So Nathan, what's your personal take on this? Because is this yay a good move, or is this a day late, dollar short?
I think it's a day late, dollar short. That's what we should never have moved. So Intel was the worst of these people because they were the first company to move overseas. They were trying to do, back in the Pentium Pro deals, they could figure out that they sent it over to Japan, they sent it on over to China, they sent it over to other locations. They could get it produced for like 1/10 of the cost. Then they ship it back over here. They test it here in the States, and then they would go in and have it take care. I don't think you're going to be able to get up to the speed of it. Maybe in 10 years from now, we can be competitive. But are we going to really wait for 10 years to get the semiconductors that we need to produce our new cars and our new
No, we're
items?
just going to whine about it till it happens.
Yeah. And we'll just impose sanctions and other things so that we get those priority prices so that we can do it, in my opinion. Do you have a different opinion there,
No,
Mark?
that was my opinion. I mean, we keep talking about Intel in this report, but they're almost like the bottom of the chip manufacturers right now.
They are.
They are struggling.
ARM is now kind of becoming the new leader with their ability to do a deal with Apple for their new M1 and M2 chips and being able to do a lot of surface and different component areas that they're putting in there. It's a kind of a sad issue.
I'm worried it's good money going after bad.
I think it's just a way to let some of the large corporations.
It sort of
get some
smells
money.
like the bank bailout of 2008.
Yeah, but it makes everybody feel good, right? We're
Yeah,
trying
it's
to
all
help
about
everybody.
feeling good.
So
That's right.
everybody gets to go back in the legislation and say that they helped protect America's
Sure.
semiconductor businesses. So there
Sure.
you go. All right. Well, there you go. Well, you got me off topic there. There you go. Up next, whether you're
That's not that hard.
That's
No,
right. Whether you're
we both know you.
returning to school or just starting out, having all the right gear is so important to start the year off right. Everyone knows that you have to have a good laptop or Chromebook to help you do all that testing work. And of course, maybe a computer on the side that you can play video games with and skip class. But if that is you, we are going to take a commercial break. And when we come on back, we have our back to school technology review part 2. After the break, you're listening to TechTime Radio. I'm Nathan Mumm. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's happening?
Did you know for every $1 spent on email marketing, you receive $36 in return? That's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
But it's all so complicated. All those advanced tools and features, you don't know how to approach them at all.
What if there was an email marketing platform where you don't have to rack your brains to get started? A tool that's not overloaded with unnecessary features you don't want to pay for, and, believe it or not, has a support team available 24/7, even on the free plan.
There is a solution, Mike.
let me introduce you to Sellsy, a tool that makes email marketing as easy as 1, 2, 3. With Sellsy, you can launch your first campaign in 15 minutes. No coding required. A very easy to use, intuitive email builder with over 300,000 gifts and stickers to choose from, and 500,000 plus free stock images, a customizable countdown timer, and more. Create emails for any business goal, from e-commerce to nonprofits. Easily create automated email sequences for your business.
Get 24/7 support via chat, email, and phone, even on the free plan. Sellsy has just launched a special deal. You can now get a lifetime access to all Sellsy features for just $49. All the core features, unlimited emails, automation, segmentation, advanced analytics for the price of 10 lattes.
Sellsy is the easiest way to start selling with emails. Try it now. Click the link in this episode description on TechTime Radio to get that special deal.
No commissions or hidden fees.
To learn more information, visit them at the simple and easy site to remember. Just go and visit Sellsy.com. That's SELZY.com. The easiest way to send emails.
Welcome back to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. The Tech Time Radio is an hour technology show that talks about current technology in a simple format without having to geek out. Brought to you by myself, Nathan Mumm, Mike Corday, and in the studio again today we have Marc Gregoire and
Marc Gorday.
No, Marc Gregoire. We just had our first whiskey tasting here in the break. And now, Marc, tell us about what we are tasting here.
We're tasting moonshine.
Thank you, Mr. Mumm. But first, I'd like to wish you a happy National Coworker Day.
Oh, okay.
Co-working is a workplace where people from different workplaces, like what we're doing today, coming together and executing a task or project.
All right.
Do you know when the first instance happened?
No.
Back in 1995, when hackers in the capital city of Germany, in Berlin, created a hackerspace, a space to share thoughts and information among similar-minded individuals.
Oh, that's a good way.
It seems like a very random thing to say when you're talking about whiskey.
Okay.
Well, I just had to wish you a happy co-working day since we got 4 of us from all different places today.
That's right. That's right. We're all here. All of us core workers. We got a very demographic age difference. We got some old people. We got some old people, and then we kind of miss a whole section.
Yeah, thanks.
And then we
it's diverse if you've only got 2 categories and just a bunch of people in each one.
Well, we're trying to say that we're diverse.
Oh, okay.
All right. So tell us about this whiskey.
Today we are from the Sazerac Company, Buffalo Trace Distillery from Frankfort, Kentucky. The classification today is a white whiskey.
Moonshine.
Moonshine. All right, Mike.
Wow.
It is aged 0 days.
Age is 0 days. Well, that makes it easy to be produced then. You produce it and then it's ready to go.
Right off the bat.
Right off the still. So it actually comes off the still at 140 proof, but then they water it down to 125 proof because that's the maximum that you're legally for whiskey to go into a barrel. And this is the mash before it goes into a barrel and becomes bourbon.
Okay.
And this is a small bottle, 375 milliliters, $18. The mash bill is undisclosed, but it's considered 75% corn, 10% rye, and 15% barley. So let me tell you a little about it.
Okay.
In Kentucky, Buffalo carved a pathway followed by America's first explorers. These brave pioneers distilled whiskey using traditional methods and drank it right off the still.
Copper piping.
Yeah. They called it White Dog.
White Dog.
This raw distillate was clear, unaged, and had a hint of sweet corn. Later, distillers discovered the spirit was perfect for aging, creating what we know today as fine Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Enjoy this White Dog the way Americans did more than 200 years ago. Now, White Dog has a sweet aroma with a slight burn, so hopefully, Mike, it's not too bad there.
I don't know about a slight burn. That's pretty deep.
It's a rough burn. But
Putting it nicely.
Now, you'll find that the corn coats the tongue with oil and vanilla, and you'll get flavors of bread dough, popcorn, toasted grains, apples, and hints of tropical fruit. It has a syrupy taste with heavy spice midway through and a touch of barley.
All right.
yeah, I tasted all that.
Did you taste all that in the
No.
taste? No, you didn't taste
Especially
any of
the
it?
tropical fruit.
After the fact, though, that's the, this being not bourbon.
Yeah,
There was no expectation of taste.
Okay.
So even though it burned like crazy when I first took it,
Yeah.
it actually has a really good finish. I really like the finish.
You like the finish of it?
Yeah.
So is this now opening us up to a whole new category?
No, let's this can be a nice
So
one.
now we're gonna do some gin next. And we're gonna do
we don't
some-
need to do gin. No,
No, we'll just become the
Gin,
alcoholic
no.
store. No,
no.
That's why I made sure it's a white whiskey.
it's a white
This
whiskey.
is this is baby bourbon.
baby bourbon.
It hasn't grown up into bourbon yet.
It's 0 days old.
It's 0 days
That's
old.
right,
It's,
it's 0
it's
days
right
old.
off the still.
Okay, talk about your.
All right, well, here
stuff.
we go. Hang on. Well, now that we got our whiskey out of the way, we have our back to school technology tech review, part 2 on our Technology Insider segment. Having all the right gear is so important to start the year off right. Everyone knows having a good laptop or PC help. Let's look to start our next segment.
Welcome to Technology Insider. We get the information directly from the source.
All
Or
right.
still, as the
that's-
case may be.
All right, Alessandra, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're excited to do this. You've been a part of our show, I think, almost about a year now, isn't
No,
it?
it's been over a year. It was before I started my podcast, which was in July. So it's been a year now.
All right, now you're on the air. And we're talking about a subject that I know you are passionate about. So we're going to be talking about
Buying things.
buying things.
Buying
Yeah.
stuff.
I never knew that we would be influencers. Did you ever know that, Mike? We are now influencers of people
I
buying
influence
stuff.
people
Yeah.
every day.
I'm victim number 1. Like most of the major technology buys I've had within the last year have just been you being like, "This is on sale," and
this-
then me buying it.
Well, let me tell you, we got some on
Don't
sales.
ever hang out with him when he's cruising Kickstarter.
Okay.
All right.
Ever.
All right.
Noted.
So you have the first thing up here. What are we going to talk about that's on sale? Now, there's a big Best Buy sale going on right now. They do their back to school stuff.
Okay.
This is their anniversary sale is what they call it. So you have until August 18th to get all these deals we're going to be talking
Oh,
about.
sweet.
So you got to shop quick. You got to shop now. You can't send me an email like 3 months later when you listen to my show and then all of a sudden you say, hey, I couldn't get this deal. This is hot off the press right now. All right. What do you have up here?
Okay, first off, we have the Lenovo Chromebook 3, originally at $139, but it is now $79 at Best Buy. You save $50. The laptop deals don't get much cheaper than the offer that this Lenovo Chromebook 3 has. It's now back on its lowest price ever at Best Buy, and this is a smart buy if you only need a very basic device for light use or social schoolwork and are on a tight budget.
And what's the price on that bad boy?
It's originally $139 and it's on sale for $79.
$79. That's just an Uber for one night, isn't it? You can just go on out on a Friday night. and
Sure,
get
Where
yourself
do
why
you
not?
travel to on Friday nights?
That's right. That's right. All right. I have a little bit. We're moving up a little bit. Now, this is $529.99. This is the HP Pavilion X360. It offers some fantastic bang for your buck, following a $300 savings. It's a terrific value money laptop all around. It comes with a 14-inch touchscreen. It has an Intel i5 processor, not one of those Celeron processors, so you still got an i5. It's a little dated, but i5s are great. i3 is probably out of the deal. You need i5, i7, or i9s now if you're going to be doing this type of deal. It comes with 8 gigs of RAM and a large 512 gig SSD. Overall, it's a strong, versatile laptop. For the price, this won't last. $529.99 at Best Buy for the HP Pavilion X360. All right, I think you got something up next.
I do. Okay, so this one I'm excited about. I like this. It's an Amazon Fire TV, a 55-inch Omni-Series 4K. It was originally $559, and it is on sale for $299. You save $260 on this bad boy.
Okay.
If you missed it during Prime Day, you can get the Amazon Fire TV 55-inch Omni-Series 4K TV for its cheapest ever price again at Best Buy. It's a bargain for an advanced set to improve your home cinema experience. It boasts support for 4K resolution, HDR, Dolby Digital, plus this TV also supports a Dolby Vision, a feature usually reserved for more expensive sets. This improves the picture quality significantly with a richer and wider color palette, so it's a fantastic find on a TV this cheap. And I didn't realize the struggle of finding a good TV that's affordable when I moved out of my parents' house because I realized I was without a TV and having to find one. I went through a few TVs before I landed on one, and it had to be a smart TV. Like, I just don't even think it's worth buying a TV that's not a smart TV these days.
What's the back to school benefit of a Fire TV.
Well, you have to have a Fire TV so then when someone comes on in, you say like
say you're-
Alexa, turn off TV, and it goes off really
yeah.
quick, so nobody knows what's going on when you walk in. Okay,
All right.
is that?
You can also cast things to your TV. Like if you're having some bonding nights with some student friends, you can have somebody have their streaming service on their phone or tablet or whatever, and you can cast it to your smart TV.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Or
Yeah.
there you go. Okay, well, hey. All right, so the next thing I got, I'm going to skip this one. So it's a HP Envy laptop, 17-inch, Intel i7, 12 gigs of RAM. So I didn't skip it now. The model number is 17CR0013DX. You got to look for that, the 17-CR0013DX. It was regularly $1,300. It is now $899. It comes with a 512 gigabyte solid state drive. I probably wouldn't buy it because what I would buy is the next one I'm going to talk about after that, which is the Dell laptop. It's a gaming designed laptop that is a dirt cheap price. You taking a look at this price here?
Delicious.
Yeah, you're gonna
I
want
see that.
You're gonna want to take a look at this. All right,
It's
you're
not
up
an
again.
Alienware, though, is it?
It's not an Alienware, but it's close. You're up next.
Okay, so next up we have the Amazon Fire HD8. This looks like a tablet. Let's see here. It's originally $89 and it's on sale for $44 at Best Buy. That's 50% off.
50% off. Okay,
That's
that's a pretty good.
50%, that's
Yeah,
50%
these
off.
Best Buy deals are really good. These are
Yeah.
fantastic.
No, I'm super
Is that
impressed by them.
Best Buy or Amazon?
This is
Best
all
Buy.
Best Buy. These
Oh,
are all
okay.
Best Buy. We're
They all say Amazon.
She keeps saying Amazon. I'm confused.
No, all Best Buy.
But they're all Amazon products.
But you can purchase them also on Amazon, but they're Best Buy pricing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
so here's another Amazon device that's back down to its cheapest price. It's another rerun from a Prime Day deal, which we saw back in July, too. So a good chance to pick up the entry-level tablet for less if you missed it a few weeks ago. The Fire HD8 is a good, cheap tablet for general everyday use, light web browsing, and media streaming.
There you go. Again, all these are at Best Buy, even though they have Amazon products. Amazon sells
good,
their products all over
clear
the
that
world.
up.
All right, so even though there says Amazon product for like the TV, you get it at Best Buy. Best Buy is the place for the deals. You can't get it on Amazon at these prices right now. This is a
Until
special
Amazon
thing.
buys
Until
Best Buy.
yeah, well there you go. All right, here's my deal. This is not Nathan Nugget, but this is something that I would buy. It's the Dell G15 15.6 FHD gaming laptop. It comes with an AMD Ryzen 5 processor, so it's not an Intel, but it's actually very quick. 8 gigabytes of memory, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 graphics. Now, what that means is NVIDIA is the leader of video game graphics. They're the video cards that people use to Bitcoin mining. It's the ones that they use for the biggest GPU, which is the graphical display output and the algorithms that it can do itself. This is a gaming laptop with the high-end graphics card, 512 gigabyte solid state drive. It comes for $699.99. That's $699, under $700. The model is the G15RE. It's only available at Best Buy. The SKU is the 6461723. They have about 200 of these left when I looked online this morning to do the show. So of all the stores I can order and purchase it, they may be gone, but this is the 120 hertz discrete display screen available, the Dell G15. Buy it now.
But does
Nathan?
that mean that I can play Valorant on it?
You could play, yes, that means you could actually play Sea of Thieves on it, which is, of course, the game of all champions games.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Hey, a quick question.
Yes.
Stacy, your wife is listening to the show.
Or Tracy.
Tracy.
But Stacy's my second wife. That's all right. That's all right. That's okay.
Man, Mark, you're in trouble now.
I am.
All right, Tracy is, yeah.
Yeah, so she wants to know
Yeah.
if you're thinking of buying it or you've already bought it.
You already bought it.
Oh, well.
And if you already bought
No.
it.
So I actually have like
Look,
an
there's his face.
Alienware.
There's his face.
There's an Alienware, so I have not actually purchased this one yet. Now, I did have it in my cart.
Whoa.
And then I took it out of my cart. And then I
And
put it
it's
back in
back
my
in the
cart.
cart.
That's probably sitting
It's
there right
hanging
now.
out in the
It's in
cart.
there. All right, you're up next again, Alessandra.
Okay, last one for me. I have the MacBook Air M1 at 256 gigabytes. Originally $1,000, now on sale for $849 at Best Buy. You save $150 on this one.
You just have to wait a little longer for the OS. No, just joking. All right, okay.
Okay, how good is this price for a MacBook Air? Well, this is the cheapest it's been since Black Friday and only $50 away from last year's record low. It's a fantastic deal on one of the best laptops you can buy today. The top-of-the-line device features Apple's powerful M1 chip and a premium chassis. Nice. That ensure it has enough performance to handle all your computing needs. Now's the time to buy while this limited deal is available.
All right, there you go.
Also, if you go online to the Apple education pricing, you get the education price and then an additional $150 off coupon.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
What
so-
do you need to do to prove that you're worthy?
Just be a student. Just be a student.
Just be a student.
You have to have an
Wow.
email address. Yeah, email address
Yeah.
has to be associated with a major
With a school.
college
Well,
or
I
institution.
just got one, and they didn't have me prove anything.
What?
Yeah. So I got
This is
really
a
good
PSA
deal.
for literally anyone.
Okay.
Odie's telling you.
You just outed yourself. You're in trouble.
Odie
They're gonna come
just
to your
told you how
door.
to be a criminal. Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Apple's
The
gonna
Apple
come
people,
calling.
the Apple police are coming to get you.
But they're still busy writing their own operating system processes.
That's right.
They'll be a little bit later. Okay, now we have the Bluetooth solar headset. This is not a Best Buy. This is a new device called Blue Tiger Solar Headset. This is a Nathan just threw it in there. This is not cheap. But have you ever wanted to have a Bluetooth device that you never had to charge?
You
all the
bought it,
time.
didn't you?
All right, so for $219.99, you can only get it at bluetigerheadsets.com. Essentially, as long as you have light on from any source. So you remember those old calculators you
Yeah,
used to have that you
yeah.
turn it on and you
Yeah.
have it? Your Bluetooth never drains of the battery and always stays on as long as there is light in the room for the
Yeah,
Bluetooth
I guess
to
you
have.
can't go caving with that.
Okay,
prob-
but there's no picture here, Nathan. How obnoxious is this thing?
Well, it does look a little bit of like old school. You know those big old school
Got
Oh
these
my
big.
type of
It's
deal?
got these big wide
It's
dishes
not,
on
no.
your head.
It's not that bad.
Tinfoil.
But if you go to bluetigerheadsets.com, and I'm not even affiliated with anybody of this. This is just something that I did maybe purchase. It was the
Yeah, you know you
CES 2022 Innovation Award Product Green Builder Sustainability Product of the Year.
Wow.
No kidding.
There you go. So now you can have a Bluetooth device on there. All right. Well, that
Blue
ends
Tiger green device.
our technology insider. Up next, we have This Week in Technology. So now would be a good time to enjoy a little whiskey on the side, as we'll be doing so during our break. You're listening to Tech Time Radio with Nathan Mumm. See you in a few minutes. Hey, Mike,
What?
have you heard of elderberry?
Only in reference to a Monty Python movie.
Well, let me tell you, Elderberry Boost. Again, that's elderberry-boost.com.
Elderberry Boost.
Yes, Mike, that's Elderberry Boost.
You can choose organic Elderberry Boost, that 8-ounce size. That's available on sale right now at $11.99. But you're listening here right now on Tech Time Radio, so you need to go to Elderberry. That's ELDERBERRY-boost.com and get some today.
Elderberry Boost.
Elderberry is an all-natural organic immune system booster and antiviral. Elderberry is known to actively fight against viruses, including colds and the flu. It also works as a natural remedy for allergies, cancer, digestion, heart disease, high cholesterol, headache, toothache, weight loss, and reduced inflammation.
It's a natural and healthy diuretic and has many antiviral properties. While it is famous for fighting the flu, it is effective for any illness.
Elderberry Boost was created to provide a quality organic elderberry to their customers. After searching years ago for a perfect elderberry syrup, none could be found, so they essentially created their own homemade recipe.
If you would like to get 15% off your first order of Elderberry Boost, just put in the discount code TechTime at checkout.
Again, that's elderberry-boost.com.
Elderberry Boost.
Hello, my name is Arthur, and my life's work is connecting people with coffee. StoriCoffee is a small batch specialty coffee company that uses technology to connect people to each product resource, which allows farmers to unlock their economic freedom. Try our Medium Roast Founder Series coffee, which is an exotic bourbon variety that is smooth, fresh, and elegant at StoriCoffee.com. That's STORI coffee.com. Today you can get your first bag free when you subscribe at StoriCoffee.com with code TechTime. That's STORI coffee.com.
That's appropriate music.
All right, welcome back to Tech Time Radio. We are now going to move into our next segment, which we have as our Technology Insider.
Kinda.
Well, we should have Technology Insider next.
Maybe you should just talk.
Welcome
There it
to
is.
Technology Insider. We get the information directly from the source.
There we go. All right. Okay.
Oh, you sure?
I'm sure. There we go.
Okay.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo. The hyper fighting for the Super NES, August 13th, 1993.
This is not This Week in Technology?
Yeah, this is This Week in Technology.
You wanted me to play the Technology Insider intro.
Oh, did I play the wrong? Okay,
Yeah,
this is This
you
Week
were
in
right.
Technology.
See, that's what happens when you drink moonshine instead of
during the
bourbon.
break. All right, so are we at this Week in Technology?
We're doing
Yeah,
This
we
Week
are.
in Technology, buddy.
Okay,
Just
all
go
right, okay,
ahead.
okay.
Nathan,
Street Fighter Turbo.
And now, let's look back at this week in technology.
So I was waiting for this to come out of the
Are you
commercial.
kidding?
Normally we have this come out of the
Nathan,
commercial.
I was the technology insider.
Okay, all right, here we go. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Hyper fighting for the Super NES, August 13th, 1993. Capcom releases Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Hyper fighting for the Super NES in the U.S. The Street Fighter 2 arcade game started the fighting game boom in the 1990s, which spawned other offspring such as Mortal Kombat and Virtual Fighter. The Super NES version brought Street Fighter 2 into the home and many college dorms for certain people to spend many hours smackdowning their dorm mates with. This video game series also spawned 2 live-action films,
Which you should never watch.
Street Fighter
Wasn't that bad?
and The Legend of Chun-Li, along with 50 different versions of the fighting game.
Are you good?
All right, have you played Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this game.
Are you kidding?
I literally...
I've been sitting here talking about it.
I spent at least $1,000 when I used to play this in the arcade.
Yeah, and
What?
you were.
I was the right age for it. I was in high
who
school.
was your character?
Mine was... Well, I could play with 3 characters. Chun-Li. Chun-Li was okay with
Everybody starts with Chun-Li.
because you got the simple kick. You just
That's
keep
right.
on bashing the mid kick button.
Okay,
and
we
you get
don't
the,
need to go. Who
All right.
who was the guy you were all talking?
Blanca.
That's
Blanca's.
right.
I can still beat my sons and all their friends when they come on over. We play this and they all get mad and they go play some other games.
Oh, see, that's worthy of a resume.
That
Are
is
you
very. All you can.
Nathan still got street
I
cred.
had special joysticks for this.
I've seen your
I had a
collection.
glove.
We don't need to know.
Okay, all right.
We just don't need to know.
All right. Well, that was This Week in Technology. Have you ever wanted to watch some technology history with over 2 years of video podcasts, blog information? You can visit techtimeradio.com to watch our older shows or join our Tech Timers Facebook group to talk with us live all the time. We're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we have the Marc's Mumbles, Mike's Mesmerizing Moments, and we'll see you after the break.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah, what's happening?
did you know for every $1 spent on email marketing, you receive $36 in return? That's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
But it's all so complicated. All those advanced tools and features, you don't know how to approach them at all.
What if there was an email marketing platform where you don't have to rack your brains to get started? A tool that's not overloaded with unnecessary features you don't want to pay for, and believe it or not, has a support team available 24/7, even on the free plan.
There is a solution, Mike. Let me introduce you to Sellzy, a tool that makes email marketing as easy as 1, 2, 3. With Sellzy, you can launch your first campaign in 15 minutes. No coding required. A very easy to use, intuitive email builder with over 300,000 gifts and stickers to choose from, and 500,000 plus free stock images, a customizable countdown timer, and more. Create emails for any business goal, from e-commerce to nonprofits. Easily create automated email sequences for your business.
Get 24/7 support via chat, email, and phone, even on the free plan. Sellzy has just launched a special deal. You can now get a lifetime access to all Sellzy features for just $49. All the core features, unlimited emails, automation, segmentation, advanced analytics for the price of 10 lattes.
Sellzy is the easiest way to start selling with emails. Try it now. Click the link in this episode description on TechTime Radio to get that special deal.
No commissions or hidden fees.
To learn more information, visit them at the simple and easy site to remember. Just go and visit sellzy.com. That's SELZY.com. The easiest way to send emails.
And now for Marc's Mumbles!
There you go.
I thought with just us, Mike, and Nathan out that would change. But
No,
no.
not a
Still gotta
chance.
hear the monkeys.
Well, let me tell you what's going on with this whiskey, Mike. You asked some good questions earlier. So Buffalo Trace White Dog Mash No. 1 is not really a traditional whiskey. though it meets the legal definition in the U.S., but not most other countries. The reason we're tasting this today is because it is a precursor to the foundation of whiskey, specifically bourbon. In this particular case, this specific mash bill creates well-known bourbons such as Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor, and the Stag family. White Dog Mash number 1 gives you a chance to taste bourbon in its infancy. At 62.5% alcohol, or that's 125 proof, you can directly compare this to Buffalo Trace's cask-strength bourbons to see how years in virgin American white oak barrels transforms the look, smell, and taste. If you really want to understand whiskey, you have to understand what goes into it. Now, White Dog's not for everyone. Some people detest it because it's so intense, calling it lighter fluid or rocket fuel.
Yeah. That's what I called it.
That's what it did to Nathan.
It did. But people also have the misconception that White Dog is a crazy backwater alcohol that'll make you go blind. While true if it's made illegally or improperly, like in somebody's backyard, White Dog or
I have relatives that used to do that.
Nice. White Dog or moonshine from a reputable distiller, not Mike's relatives, is fine.
Yep, there you go.
Just like the rest of their products. I personally really enjoy drinking this straight or making cocktails with it. I like the raw intensity and the sheer lack of subtlety. It is just fun to drink for me.
Yeah, I like it too.
That was pretty fun.
Well, thanks for that mumble, Mark.
You're welcome.
Now let's do my mesmerizing moment.
This is Mike's Mesmerizing Moment, presented by StoriCoffee. Visit StoriCoffee.com.
Okay, so Alessandra's going to ask a question.
So, Mike,
what's your question?
Assuming Nathan updated you a little bit on the new social media craze that
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm all about social media.
we love asking you about it. So let's just start off. I'm going to be asking Mike questions about the new craze of Be Real, the social media app that a lot of people are considering kind of the anti-Instagram. I wouldn't say it's really a replacement for Instagram just because of the way it's set up, but I do think that a lot of the popularity of it has been in response to Meta making Instagram into something entirely new, and it's kind of people fighting back against that. The concept for it is that everybody gets a notification, one a day, random time, nobody knows, and once you get the notification, you have 2 minutes to take a picture, and it will take a picture from your front camera and your back camera around the same time, and then you post it. You also can't see anybody else's postings.
And it's called Be Real.
Be Real.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't see anybody else's postings until you've posted one yourself. So it's kind of interesting how instead of a lot of other social media platforms kind of trying to get you addicted to their stuff, Be Real's whole thing is you're only on for a little bit of time, right when everybody else is on, and then you get off of it.
Okay.
And it's gotten really popular.
So what's your question?
My question for you is, what do you think that this app is giving to people that they have been craving?
More addiction.
Expand upon that.
So you talked about that being a part of normal social media, but this is no different. They're actually taking advantage of our voyeuristic needs, and they're also creating a behavioral response by doing this only at certain times a day. So they are basically Pavlovian in effort here. So you get on this app and you're going to be hanging out and waiting and anticipating until that zinger goes off, and then you're going to try and, I mean, the whole concept is that you have 2 minutes to do a picture that shows whatever you're doing at that moment. It's supposed to be about authenticity. And I did air quotes, yes. And the idea is that people are tired of dealing with things like Instagram and Facebook, where people set up these perfect lifestyles, and then we view into those, and then we like, and then we do all this other performance garbage that goes into this. So the idea is that we have less performance initiatives, but what it's doing is still it's creating an addictive property by setting you up for these types of dopamine releases that are triggered by the response, the 2-minute response.
Yeah, I was reading about how it's good because of it showing authenticity experts were talking about how it can help with anxiety in teenagers and whatever. But on the flip side, because of it trying to promote authenticity, it creates an even more negative effect when people see other people posting more on the perfect picturesque side of things, because they're saying like, oh, how is this person able to do that when they've only got the 2 minutes or something like that? So it's kind of got this really good side and then this negative effect that we see.
Yeah, we're always going to promote the good sides of it when we're trying to roll out a product. And right now, supposedly they don't get paid for it, but sometime soon down the road, Meta's going to try and buy it, or somebody's going to try. Instagram is already trying to copy their format. But it's based on this sort of vague social context of authenticity, and that really isn't. There's no definition. We define what that means, and we think it's because we're always performing that if we just click off a picture that it's real or authentic. So it really is. It's just really kind of playing on this sort of antithesis of the, oh, I need to arrange my food on my plate so I can take a nice Instagram picture.
Yeah. I know that a lot of people have complaints with Instagram's algorithm as them promoting, strangers or other accounts that people aren't following. And people are saying they really like this platform because they're really only seeing the people that they want to see that they're following.
Correct. But sooner or later, that's going to change because they're going to find a way to monetize it. And then it's also showing up in certain situations where, this goes off during a funeral and people are posting it, and there are exclusionary events where there was a report about some woman who was talking about it, and she looked on it and found out her friends were engaging in a party that she was never invited to. There's all these kind of negative responses to it. So, yeah, it's just another sort of faux way of connecting with people in a platform that's built against other platforms to just advance a concept.
Yeah, true.
A social concept.
Well, from my using it, I would say that the most refreshing part of it truly is that when I do get on at the end of the day, I only know that I have to look at what's happening and then I'm done. Where I find a lot of other platforms is there's constantly new content being rolled out. There's a lot of anxiety that comes from feeling like there's constantly something always to look at.
Yeah,
as opposed
that's
to
the evil scroll, the FOMO scroll. So that's it.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
How to See a Man About a Dog. It combines darkly comic short stories, powerful poems, and pulp fiction prose to create a heartbreaking and hilarious journey readers will not soon forget. Read How to See a Man About a Dog, Collected Writings, for free with Kindle Unlimited. Ebook available on Kindle, print copies available on Amazon, the Bookpository, and more.
All right, welcome back to Tech Time with your host, Nathan Mumm. Now let's get to the highlighted nugget of the week. All right, this is a great segment. We're going to start right now.
This is your nugget of the week.
Well, you've been really chomping at the bit to get this out.
Are you a window user? Yes,
I use Windows every day.
This weekend, I was trying to work on an application. It's called Exploder for the original Xbox. Mm-hmm. And I had a problem getting a DLL, which is a dynamic link library. It's essentially a file that takes the code of Windows and knows how to translate what you're trying to operate.
Yeah, I get a DLL error every time.
Okay, so mine was MSVR 17.DLL. So that is specifically what it was. Now, guess what? I found an application, and I'm not normally a guy that likes this, an application that is called Restoro. So it's www.restoro.com. That's restoro.com. This is a popular tool that fixes your PC without having to do anything. It actually saw that I had a DLL error. It was not properly loaded. It actually loaded it for me when I loaded this program. Be careful to make sure you go to restoro.com.
This isn't going to put malware or any other spyware.
No, there's a lot of fake ones out there that try to say that it's the company. So you need to go to restoro.com. But essentially what it did is it fixed the errors. It allowed me to run this application. And it is so simple to use, my mother-in-law could use it.
I doubt that.
Well, I don't know. I think she probably could. So let me just tell you, my nugget is, take a look at that, restoro.com. All right. Well, now we need to move.
I'll probably have to use that for my laptop because I get a DLL error every time I start it up.
Restoro.com.
You join the meetings every once in a while.
That's right. That'll be perfect.
Yeah, that's why I get kicked out.
All right, let's move to our pick of the day.
Oh. Yeah, that's
That's it. That's the music. She
that's
says.
the music.
She says, "All right, our pick of the day is our whiskey." Mark, what is our
We are so
whiskey here
sucky.
again?
So Buffalo Chase White Dog Mash Bill number 1.
Mash bill number 1.
Corn squeezins, buddy. Corn squeezins.
Okay, so are you gonna give it a
I'm
thumbs
going
up
to
or
give it
thumbs
a thumbs up. I'm really enjoying it, even though I don't really care for the initial punch in the face.
Okay, all right. Odie, what did you think?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. All right, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up also. Mark, do you like it?
I do.
You bring it?
I bought it.
All right, we'll go to our junior, Alessandra. What did you think?
I like it. I'll take that punch in the face anytime.
All right, there's all 5. Wow, that's
we
like
got
our first
5.
time we've ever
And I
had
heard you
5
bought a
thumbs.
bottle for you and
I
Tracy,
did.
right?
Yeah, I did.
Of course you did.
Because I looked at it when I was doing
It was
all
on
the
You have
research.
another
Kickstarter.
bottle?
Yeah.
What's that?
You have another bottle?
I have one on order.
He
So it was
always-
that
he
it was that
always
Wines
had-
and More. Wines and More.
And he bought it
Okay.
before he even tasted it.
Yeah, that's
he-
because I
he
read the
always
reviews.
buys
He
it.
just knew you had such a good
Oh
pick.
my goodness.
It was on Kickstarter.
No, it wasn't a Kickstarter app. All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed our new format. We look forward to seeing you next week. Remember, the science of tomorrow starts with the technology of today.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on TechTime Radio. We hope that you had a chance to have that moment today in technology. The fun doesn't stop there. We recommend that you go to techtimeradio.com and join our fan list for the most important aspect of staying connected and winning some really great monthly prizes. We also have a few other ways to stay connected, including subscribing to our podcast on any podcast service, from Apple to Google and everything in between. We're also on YouTube, so check us out on youtube.com/techtimeradio, all one word. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it for you. From all of us at TechTime Radio, remember, Mumm's the word. Have a safe and fantastic week.